Hi, this is Sarah Gilbert with Transitions Therapy LLC, and today I want to talk a little bit about supports. Oftentimes in my therapy practice, I hear from clients that when they go through a time of particular struggle or confusion, the urge is there to reach out for some type of support. And I think it's really helpful from time to time to look at what supports we have available to us and under what circumstances those supports would be a really good fit. So hopefully this information is helpful for you and gives you some things to think about. And I'd love to hear what your comments or questions are below as you're watching this. So I think it's helpful, not that I think are naturally inclined to do this, but I think it's helpful to take stock of what types of supports we have in our life. And it's helpful to do this before things get chaotic and stressful, so before we need that particular support. So you probably want to get out a piece of paper or your laptop, maybe type up a list of different supports that you have in your life. Now, supports can take a lot of different forms. So just some examples of who or what could support you would be family members, friends, co-workers, partners, spouses, siblings. Things like that would be personal supports. Other types of supports could be groups. So it could be a support group that you attend. It could be a faith community. Could be a group that you do a certain activity with, like if you play sports, your team could be a support. It could be any number of things. And then there are also kind of virtual supports. So oftentimes, for example, the clients that I work with will mention getting supports from people in various groups, like on Facebook, for example, or any other kind of social media. It's pretty easy to connect with people through social media platforms these days. So virtual supports is another important thing to consider. So once you have your list of the supports that are available to you in your life, whatever form they take, it's also really helpful to give some consideration to maybe what kind of role those people or those things can play in your life. So for example, you may have a sibling that you have a really great relationship with. You and them, you're very, very close with them. You have a long history together. That person is really fantastic for emotional support. You can call them in the middle of the night with any sort of problem you have, and that person will be right there for you. That is a fantastic emotional support. So you just kind of want to make a note on your list of that person in your life would be an emotional support. And then there are other people in your life who may be a really great problem-solving support. So for example, if your computer's broken, there may be someone in your life who maybe isn't going to fit the emotional support role, but they would be great in helping you problem solve and giving you support to get your computer fixed or figure out what's wrong, right? It's also really helpful to think about another type of support as people in your life or groups of people who maybe don't have the answers necessarily. They don't have a quick fix for you, but they're there to listen. They're really gonna be there to listen as often or as much as you need without judgment, without any sort of criticism. That's another really valuable, important type of support to note, because not everybody can fulfill that role. And so it's good for you to recognize if you have that in your life. So we're looking at the types of supports available to you, the people, the groups, the places where you can get support. And then another facet of looking at your supports is looking at your past. Who have you reached out to for various types of supports, and what kind of response have you gotten? So for example, you may find that you had a really rough situation, maybe a breakup, for example. You were really stressed and upset about it, and you reached out to a friend from high school to help you out with that. And that friend, you couldn't get a hold of them. They weren't calling you back. They weren't texting you back. They weren't reachable. But maybe that particular friend is really great for other things, like maybe for, going out and doing fun stuff with, for example. So you want to take a note of what type of support that particular person maybe is not super great at helping you with. That way you have a really thorough understanding of who or what you can reach out to for support in various circumstances. So I know that that's a lot to think about. I know that there's a lot of information there, but my hope for you is that all of these things, when you think about them, when you kind of jot down your list or even just go through them in your head, that you can get some clarity on what type of support you need and what kind of situations and who or what to reach out to when you need it. That way you're not feeling frustrated, you're feeling supported. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please comment below with any sort of questions or takeaways. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like any more information about the work I do, my name is Sarah Gilbert. I'm with Transitions Therapy, LLC. I'm in private practice in Manchester, Connecticut. And my website is transitionsTherapyLLC.com. Have a great day. Bye.